Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is Zach, and welcome back to another Red Dead Online video. Tomorrow, we have a new update in Red Dead Online, and this is a perfect time for Pineapple and I to come back together for another video, discuss this past week's quote-unquote update in Red Dead Online, and what we can expect this week, since it seems like Rockstar is sticking to no clear schedule and not making it clear cut what they are doing between now and the release date of the spring DLC update in Red Dead Online. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys do go on to enjoy it, drop a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, also check out Pineapple's channel. If you guys aren't subscribed to him already, I will leave his link down in the description below, and just enjoy the video, guys. So this past week's update in Red Dead Online, I would say, is a joke. That's kind of how I feel, just because of the fact that, one, we didn't get a newswire for it, and Rockstar, you could tell, was kind of self-conscious about it, and they were worried what players were going to think, considering they released the newswire so late into the day. I think they released it past noon for me, and I'm Central Time US. I think it came out at like 12:30, and it wasn't even an official newswire post. It was pushed off to the right-hand side of the newswire, like suggested pages to view on RockstarGames.com. And it was a small paragraph with one image that said 25% off weapons at the fence. But along with that, we also got 25% off non-gold bar saddles. So pretty much, if you're just starting Red Dead Online, then you get a 25% discount. But if you've
never thought about buying a saddle, if you've never owned a saddle before, this is maybe useful. Ugh. That's the biggest problem, man, is like, I mean, like you said earlier already, they really swept this one under the rug. Like, they didn't even tweet about this week's update. If you look back, they haven't not tweeted about something for Red Dead Online. They've done it every week up until this week. And then it's like, yo, hey, wait a minute. I thought there was supposed to be a spring update. And then now you guys are like hiding stuff over in the corner of your newswire page, not tweeting about it, just trying to be like, no, just check in next week. And that's the thing, is there even going to be anything big this week, do you feel like?
I think there needs to be. I'm not expecting anything else or anything really different. Of course, spring update hasn't arrived yet, and so there's going to be no quote-unquote new content, but I think at least they should be recycling the old stuff, because at this point they just need to get players to want to say, oh, I'll pick up the game for an hour to play until the spring update drops. And I think more so than offering these discounts like 25% off saddles or 25% off horse care items, they should boost those bonuses, because GTA, you have double money on your import-export missions, or the gun running DLC, or Arena Wars, or any of their DLCs that they've released since the beginning of Grand Theft Auto Online. The biggest thing that we've gotten in Red Dead Online was, I think we did get double money or double XP. We got double XP in game modes at one point, but the week before last, we also got 1.5 times money, gold, and XP for the Spoils of War playlist. And that's a start. I think we should start getting double money, though, and double gold and double XP if we can.
It's weird to me that they just won't. It seems like they're apprehensive about doing double. Like, they put the little icons in the corner, like, oh, new money or new, like, XP. Because even when they did XP, I think it might have been double. I think you might be right, but I thought it was 75% times, or like 1.5, times, whatever. The same way they did money like that. And it's like, why don't you just give us, like, you've already nerfed the economy. You've already, like, it wouldn't be that hard. And then if you look at GTA, like, every other day you see, like, double money on this, and it's like, come on, guys. Like, clearly they've got the whole, boosting player count through active incentive thing. Clearly they understand what to do. And then they're just like, I don't know, like 25% off at the, or what, whatever that fence discount was. It's like, it's on 3 items, and Xbox doesn't even have one of them. And it's just frustrating. Like, where's the real path here that you're trying to take through this? Like, it's not like they don't have another game for us to compare it to. We're watching Grand Theft Auto, get double, triple money, new missions that weren't even announced, stuff like that. Like,
surprise,
all kinds
they got those Thursday. So congratulations to GTA players, but we're still sitting in the dark here. No new information on the spring update.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're watching our character like head nod through cutscenes.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, the bonuses and the discounts that Rockstar is giving for Red Dead Online, they're scaled down to the performance of how this game is so far, which is very lackluster and underwhelming. It should be the other way around. I feel like at least right now, the bonuses and the discounts should be super heavy, because that's really all the game would have going for it. But, you know, Rockstar's probably holding off until they take the beta tag off to do something like double or triple money, you know, for like a special weekend or a special event week or something. But we also need that now.
Yeah, like that, because they're trying to keep it in their back pocket to boost players when, you know, once they drop beta tag. But it's like, I mean, dude, you need to keep your players that are playing now interested. And they probably have this theory that, like, well, if players are still playing, they're going to come back, you know, whatever. But still, it's like, you know, we're at a point now where it's like they didn't even bother to switch out the featured series playlist last week.
No swap of the featured series. And I really thought that was going to change as well, because I really thought that not last Tuesday, but the Tuesday before that, what day was that? April 15th. April 16th. So a week after.
That was when we collabed on the Spoils of War video, right?
That was, yeah. And that was when the featured playlist changed over. And I was like, okay, are we going to go through another 7 weeks of, like, Drip Feed Part 2, where we're getting all the game modes back and, like, all the weeks of limited edition clothing each week, you know, swapped it in and out for different pieces. But the clothing hasn't swapped out. The featured series playlist hasn't changed. If that doesn't change this week and we get another one of these updates, like, that's what I don't know. Because April 16th, we got a new featured series, new clothing, or, you know, not new clothing, but like clothing that was re-added, recycled clothing basically. And like I said, the featured series playlist and bonuses on it. But on the 23rd, we didn't get any of that. We just got these 25% discounts, and the 1.5 times money across all showdown modes was disabled. I forgot we got that on the 16th as well.
Yeah, and the 1.5 times money, it made going in Gun Rush, a game mode that I would argue probably has pretty low player count for them. It made that super worth it because you could rack up like $130 if you got MVP and the lobby was full. So I was like, yo, this is cool. Like, hey, wait a minute, maybe there's, like, you know, maybe we should be, and even if they did something small, like, you know, 25% more butcher profits or butcher payouts or something, you know what I mean? Like something that wouldn't necessarily be too hard for them to turn off in a week, but that wouldn't be as, like, you know, as big per se as double money across the entire Red Dead Online beta. But still, I mean, I feel like they have to, you know, change up what they've got going inside the world. Like, I mean, the Concho pants are still available. I love them. You know, look, I wear them, but they shouldn't still be available unless they're going to be made permanent stock. If you're going to have like a rotating stock of clothes, then you should have a rotating stock of clothes. I almost feel like it should like say when it's going to come back when you look at the item or something, you know what I mean? And it just, they're not even doing anything like that. So it's like they're trying to push player logins, but they're also not doing a lot of the steps that would be pushing player logins effectively.
Exactly. They're not doing it the right way. Because I agree. I mean, maybe if Rockstar doesn't say, oh, the Concho pants are coming back at X date, they should say when they're leaving the store, so you know how much time you have to buy them. That's typical of most games, I think. If you log into any MMO,
3
like
days
Destiny
left.
or Division, you see the daily challenges and you see the countdown timer. And yes, we have that with the daily challenges, but we should see that with the limited edition clothing or even the featured series playlist. Like, you have this countdown timer next to it when you highlight that specific feature, and it's like, oh, you have, you know, 2.5 hours left, or 3 days and 5 hours left to play or purchase this item or whatever. And we're not getting that. We just have to guess, like, oh, you know, should I grind for money right now and maybe get enough to buy this item before it leaves tomorrow, or not? Because it could also still be in the game, like the Concho pants, for 3 weeks.
Yeah, it could also literally still be here. So it's like, not fake outrage, but like fake, you know, fake hype, for example. Like, you're like, oh, whoa, this is so cool, I gotta go buy it. And then you go, you know, say you hop in and you buy it that first day or whatever, you know. And then you've got it and you're like, yeah, okay. And then a week later, you're like, wait a minute. I could have just slowly played over a week and not matter. And then I spent 5 hours the first day because I wanted to get $700 to buy all the Concho pants, or was that just me? But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just they need to keep up with the systems they're putting in place. Like, I'm not a fan of the drip feed. I'm not a fan of the rotating clothes. But if you're gonna have it in there, at least have it be in there properly.
100%. Yeah. What we're seeing here, and let us know down in the comments, guys, is this is all a minimum viable product from Rockstar, which is, you know, part of a business. You have to get something out there to your consumers, to your fans, to your customers, to whatever base you have that's giving you money. But realistically, Rockstar also needs to try their hardest to keep things interesting. and offering generous incentives for us. Like I said, maybe 2 times money, gold, or XP across the board is, I mean, I don't necessarily think it's asking too much, but do I think Rockstar is going to be like, oh yeah, we should be the White Knights and do that? No, I don't think they would do that. So like you said, 25% boosted money at the butcher, or 25% extra XP from hunting and skinning animals. Like, there's so many small features in this game that you can apply that to, whereas GTA
100%.
gets double or triple money on businesses for sales or whatever you're doing with that business DLC. You can do it in Red Dead Online. It's just, since there's less of a depth of the game, Rockstar needs to figure out the smaller avenues to actually target. So like you said, the hunting, or I'm trying to think, like even certain stranger missions, like 25% boosts on the Flaco Hernandez stranger mission all the way up in Coulter. Get people to go up in the snowy mountains.
Exactly. Like, I mean, even just off the top of my head, you could do 1 week for honorable playthroughs, or honorable missions, or honorable stranger missions, excuse me. Those have 25% or 50% more, XP or money or gold or whatever. And then same thing for dishonorable. Or you could literally just go like, get out there and hunt, and like have it be, like you said, 25% extra XP for, hunting and skinning animals, or killing and skinning animals. And then the same thing at the butcher. And then that's not, a ton of extra, oomph that they're adding to the game, but it'd be a good way to get players through these weeks in between the content beats, I'm saying content beats very loosely, but you get what I'm saying, about, just the way that they're deciding to shake content out. But like, the thing is, and I was talking about this in a video earlier, should we even be expecting more stuff without them saying something? Because I feel like Rockstar is not going to release something good for Red Dead Online without getting praise for it. You know what I mean? So they're not going to like put something cool into the game without like a big newswire and a Twitter post, probably 2, one announcing that it's coming out and then one the day of. So it's like, are we 3 weeks away from something good because we haven't heard anything yet? Or are they going to surprise us on Tuesday?
That's up in the air. We're definitely at least a week away. I mean, I really hope we can get some information on the spring update on Tuesday or tomorrow. And then if they do announce something tomorrow and they say, oh, it's releasing, then it will be probably the next week that it releases. But until they say anything more on it, then of course we can't expect it, which is a shame. I wish there would be a little bit more hype for it, because there just should be.
Yeah, there just should be. And that's the thing, is like, I know we're going to make more content about that as it gets closer and as they start actually, officially talking about it again. But it kind of feels like the beginning of when they, announced, I forget which update it was now, but when they announced everything and then we didn't realize it was going to be a drip feed, and then everything got drip fed the first time, we were like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. Mm-hmm. It kind of feels like that again, where we're like, oh yeah, okay, we've got all this stuff coming, but we have no idea when. We have no idea when it's coming. It's apparently another 60 days out, and yeah, I don't know. I see a lot of people in my comment section saying May. I have no idea where they got that from, but I hope it's May 1st. Like,
Yeah, that would be. But please.
Yeah, please, for real. Yeah, I don't know. And I think obviously there's going to be good features in it, and we're probably going to do dedicated stuff per those features later. But as far as this weekly update goes, the tunable, they just need to do better stuff in these little mid-game updates. They need to carry a little bit more weight. Like, they need to make you hop into a different style of play for the week to get the bonus. I get that they don't want to just hand out a bonus to everybody, but they should make a clear bonus every week for a style of play, I feel like, especially right now when there's just not really much to do, whether it be, hop in showdowns this week for X amount of golden XP, or go, hunt up north, like you were saying, go, everything in Amberino is an extra 25% XP gain. So you're like, oh, well, I can go do Flaco or Falco or whatever, and hunt on the way up there. I know Deadeye actually has a really good route that's like right up to that mission. He hunts the whole way up, does the mission. I think he hunts some more, and then he makes like a bunch of money and does the mission. It's really cool. But it's like, you could have a lot of people really taking on that whole life of the game, and they're just kind of dropping it.
I definitely think so. We will see going forward, especially, leading up to the spring update. But let us know what you guys think in the comments below. I mean, I think we touched on a lot of stuff about this week's update. And I think we kind of want to keep this going just because it's kind of like a weekly little podcast thing. So let us know if you guys want to see more in the comments, more of these collab, just back and forth conversations.
Yeah, definitely let us know what you guys what you think in the comment section. I'm definitely curious to hear what both of our audiences think of this, because I don't know, I think honestly this is kind of how the community feels, and it might be better to hear it from two people instead of just one person.
For sure. Agreed.
Yeah, I think it's easy when you're on one person's video to be like, oh, this is probably just how this one person feels.
I agree. Yeah, I think people need to see us coming together and other people, and just kind of both the YouTubers and their audience's perception of this and what everyone thinks, because at least it's an organized. I mean, now especially with the comments section, we have a whole, you could just read through and see what everyone's reaction is, and I think that's one of the coolest things about doing this. But definitely want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the whole point of this is community, right? Like, and that's the whole reason that we all want Red Dead to be better, because we want the community around Red Dead to grow and thrive, and we want everybody to have that same experience that we had playing the Arthur Morgan story. We want that to be the thing that we can share collectively online, and I think the more we have dialogues about, this kind of stuff, even if it's little stuff like week to week, we think, this stuff needs to be better, the way that they're handling stuff needs to be better. We're never going to get there without trying to get there and criticizing it. So I think it's cool to have conversations like this that aren't necessarily like, oh, this is terrible and blah, blah, blah. It's like, hey, well, here's a practical look at it from two people who play the game often.
Yeah, guys, we want to thank you so much for watching. We hope you guys all have a fantastic day, and we will see what happens in the April 30th Red Dead Online update.
Peace.
Adios, amigos.